What is up, you guys? Today I am going to be talking about Beachbody's live and interactive streaming fitness platform called BODi. And I'm going to tell you what it's all about, what I think the pros and cons are, what the BODcast is, as well as what the whole process is of getting into the BODcast and just what that experience is like going through it. BODi launched last fall, and I have had a subscription really since the beginning, since the beta phase. And currently I am doing a 60 days of BODi challenge. So I have been doing a lot of BODi classes lately. And I will either stream the classes through my phone or my computer or through my Roku. On BODi, you can do live workouts and you can even do interactive workouts where you can see the trainer and the trainer can see you. And they can talk to you. It's pretty cool, and I'll touch a little bit more on that in a minute. BODi offers all types of workouts, including HIIT, cardio. They have strength workouts. There's boot camps, yoga, bar, cycling. They have everything, and they even have some nutrition programming. They've also been offering some fun, like holiday themed workouts and program themed workouts. Like I did a New Year's workout that was really fun, and I've also done Morning Meltdown 100 workouts with Jericho on BODi, so that's kind of cool. Live classes are offered on the 1 hour mark, several hours each weekday. And when there are no live classes, they stream pre-recorded workouts that you can still do in sync with other BODi subscribers. And you'll see a number that'll tell you how many people are doing that workout with you. Even though it's not live with the trainer at that time, you're still working out with other people, so it kind of got that sense of community. And once a class is done, a recording is left in the BODi library. So if there's a class that you really wanted to get to and you couldn't for some reason, you can always do it later by finding it in the library. You can tell which workouts are live and which workouts are pre-recorded by the little red lightning bolt that you'll see right by the workout name. The celebrity super trainers that you know and love do come in and do workout classes on BODi, but they've also hired a lot of new trainers as well for BODi. And I've done classes with, I think, almost all of them, and I think they're all really great. Currently, in order to get a BODi subscription, you have to have a BOD membership, and then you add on the BODi subscription to the BOD membership. They did ask me recently, though, in a survey if I would get a BODi subscription without a BOD membership. So that at least tells me that they are thinking of offering the two memberships independently of each other. I personally would be keeping my BOD membership regardless, because that's where all of the new programs are going to drop, and I still like pulling workouts from there. I like to go back and forth between the two. You can also look into purchasing a day pass, and it will give you access to both BOD and BODi for the day, just so you can like try out a workout or just like look around and kind of see what all the hype is about. It's also kind of cool that there's popular music that the trainers choose to go with the workouts, and that's just, for me, music with the workouts just really gets me going. And you can go in and adjust how loud you want the trainer to be, how loud you want the music to be. Like if you want no music, you can turn it all the way off. If you want to blast the music because that's what gets you going, then you can do that. So I really like that feature a lot. So right off the bat, BODi is cool because you can do live workouts right in your living room, and there's a sense of community because you know there are other people doing it right along with you. In fact, you can see people just like you working out on the screens behind the trainers. And when I say just like you, that is literal, because you can sign up to be in the BODcast and be on those screens behind the trainers. And for those of you that have immediate anxiety about the thought of this, don't worry. You never have to do the BODcast if you don't want to. You can go to a workout, you can sign up, you can go, you can do the workout in your living room live with everybody, and nobody even has to know that you were there. So BODcast is the interactive part of the platform, and that is where you set up your phone, your laptop, or smart device to stream you doing the workout with everybody else. Everyone doing the workout can see you. The trainers can see you. They can talk to you. They can correct your form if need be. It's pretty cool. And if you're wondering, no, you can't talk back to them. Being in the BODcast is actually a pretty easy process. So if part of your nerves about doing it are because of the unknown, or like you just don't know what the process is like, I'm going to take you through that in just a second. But before I get into the deeds, I want to say, for the first time that you do anything, it's going to be nerve-wracking, and this is no different. Add in the fact that you could potentially be meeting a trainer, or in a way meeting a trainer that you really admire, that you're going to be on the screen working out in front of everybody, that there's the possibility that you could be singled out by the trainer, or that you could be singled out and put on the big screen, and then just throw in that you've never done this before. Okay, it's gonna be nerve-wracking. For me, it was a lot of feelings the first time, and even the first few times, and even sometimes now, especially like I recently did one with Autumn Calabrese, and that one I was just a lot more hyped up for, and I was taking some deep breaths beforehand, but it's just very exciting, you know? But as I've done it more and more, it has turned more from like nerve-wracking to just like very fun, very exciting, and just exhilarating. So just try to take the word anxiety out and replace it with excitement. Yes, you're going to be face to face with a super trainer who you may admire and really be excited to meet. And what an amazing opportunity. Yes, you may get corrected on form. That's just information that you're getting from the trainer on something that you can take with you and move forward. That's super duper cool. And yeah, you may get singled out and put on the big screen. It's only happened to me one time. I think I did fine, and it was something that was really fun to talk to people about afterwards. I mean, just remember, like, this is not about perfection. This isn't about going in and putting out the perfect workout. Trust me, you're gonna work harder if you do BODcast. You just do. It's a fact. My fitness watch has told me so. Now I'm going to talk about how to get into the BODcast, and in a minute I'm going to share a short vlog of a recent BODcast experience I had going into my Autumn Calabrese live BODcast workout experience. So that way you can see how it all works. To sign up to do a live class, you find the workout that you want to do and you click the sign up button. Unless the class is less than 24 hours away, there won't be an option to join the BODcast. When it's less than 24 hours to class time, the option to join the BODcast will appear. There are only 75 BODcast spots available, so make sure you are on top of it if you want to get in that BODcast. From my personal experience, it hasn't been too hard to get into the BODcast, but for the workouts with the celebrity trainers like Autumn Calabrese, Shaun T, Jericho McMatthews, those go really fast. So like I was there at the 24-hour mark to get my spot, and trust me, sometimes they go that fast. And if it's less than 24 hours to class time and all the BODcast spots are full, it will say so, but you can still take the class live. So with the big trainers or like the themed workouts, those kind of things, make sure you're on top of it 24 hours beforehand. Be ready to click that button. Maybe try out the BODcast on a less popular workout first and kind of get your footing in that way. When it comes time for the workout, you aren't alone in the BODcast setup process. You arrive 15 minutes before the workout starts, and there is people from Beachbody on the other side of your camera who can see your setup, and they're going to tell you if you need to tilt your camera up, tilt it down, if you need to adjust for lighting, close some blinds, turn on a light, turn your yoga mat, whatever kind of adjustments you need to make, they're there to help you, and they will give you the thumbs up and also kind of get you pumped up for the workout, which is kind of nice. And it doesn't have to be perfect. It just doesn't. I mean, I have seen all kinds of setups. Just make the best of the setups that you have. I mean, I've seen times when people have moved off camera to do a certain move, and like it's not ideal, but like it's fine. It really is. Like, it does not have to be perfect. Then you get a final countdown from Beachbody and you are off. And definitely go up to the camera and say hi when the trainer introduces the BODcast. Do not be shy. Wave and cheer and do all the things. And you can also adjust the trainer and music volume while in the BODcast as well. So if you need to go to your device to make those adjustments, you can do that. Remember, you do not have to be perfect. You just have to be you. So that's pretty much all the information I have on BODcast, but I did take some short vlog clips from one of my recent BODcast experiences that I will share with you now. And then after that, I will go over what I think the pros and cons of BODi are. Okay, so in a bit, I am going to be going in and getting set up for my BODcast class with Autumn Calabrese. I have done many BODcasts by now, but I'm especially nervous for this one because this is the first one I've done with Autumn, and I just know that there's going to be a lot of people on this one because it's her, and I don't know, I'm nervous, but I'm excited. So that's it. This is my BODcast setup. I've got my weights, I've got resistance loops ready to go. And I had to move a chair, close some blinds to let the natural light in coming from this way. I'm gonna get on and they're gonna tell me if I need to adjust my camera at all. You can use your phone or smart device or whatever. I like to use my computer. Let me just tell you what the BODcast do's and don'ts are. Whenever you're getting set up, you just want to position your camera so that you're 6 to 7 feet away. So you wanna have 6 to 7 feet of open space where you can set that up. And you want to make sure that you have like 4 to 5 feet around you so you can move laterally and things like that during the workouts. You want to use a well-lit room, as well lit as possible. Again, we're not going for perfection here. Natural light is always going to be your best friend when it comes to this kind of stuff. And like with the natural light, you just want to make sure all the windows are open behind the camera. And that's why I closed these here, because I would be darker if there was light coming in through there. So there are windows behind me just lighting everything up. They want to make sure that you have stable Wi-Fi or internet, and trust me, you want to make sure, because nothing's more frustrating than when the internet goes out mid-workout. That's a bummer. The don'ts that are recommended by Beachbody is don't be shy. Don't be shy. Once you're on camera, stay on camera, like say hey, give a wave, pump the people up that are there watching you. They definitely don't want you to have any kind of political or promotional or offensive type stuff in the shot. So this isn't the place for that. And also they ask you not to have any non-Beachbody branding or logos or sayings or anything like that. So right now it is 15 minutes before my workout with Autumn. I'm really excited. I'm nervous, but like nervous-sided, right? I am going to go ahead and log in to the BODcast, and so that way they can check my setup and make sure that everything looks good from their end. So yeah, now I'm here back to the workout. It now says join now. Here it tells you how long before the class starts, so you kind of know how long you have to set up. This is the part where the casting people come on and they start looking at your setup and tell you what to do, which they're doing now. So I am gonna go ahead and get set up, and yeah.
Brittany looking good against your pink wall. Tina, welcome back. Shannon looking good in the pink shirts. Shelly in the white, you're ready to go. Maggie looking good. Crystal in the pink, ready to rock. Hey, Wilma looking good.
Everybody is a Beachbody.
Let's go, Beachbody!
Just finished my workout with Autumn. It was super awesome. I was really like smiling from ear to ear. I was just so happy to be there. And then as the work got harder, I was forgetting to smile because I was so focused on my work. But I'm pretty sure I burned a lot more calories than I would have because I was just so excited, and I was on the screen right behind Autumn. So I was pretty motivated to just motivate other people that may be watching and just, just do my best. So I'm circling back here at the end to talk about BODi as a whole. I've talked a lot about all the things I love about BODi. There are a few things that I didn't like quite so much. First, I'm gonna just finish my pros list. Prior to BODi, when I just had Beachbody On Demand, I was having to wait for an entire program to drop before I could get new workouts. And I really like now that I'm getting tons of new workouts every day, and a lot with the super trainers that I love, a lot with the new BODi trainers that I've grown to love as well. And so I really think that's great, and I think that it's good that Beachbody came out with this tier of the platform, because I think they needed that. I think it's very refreshing. I also like that the BODi workouts are mostly only 30 minutes. I have seen some shorter like core workouts. I've seen a little bit of longer yoga workouts. So it's not like 100% 30 minutes, but for the most part, the workouts are 30 minutes. And that is like my golden number, 30 minutes, and I am good. And I also like that there's a good bit of variety into what types of things they offer, everything from cycling to yoga to Pilates to, the cardio, the hits, and all the things. So I love the variety. So just to talk about the cons real quick, one of the biggest ones I think is that you are relying on the internet. It's usually not really a problem for me, but it does happen. And when it does, it is extremely frustrating to be in the middle of a workout and have the internet go out. That is so frustrating. So that is a definite con. Another con is that I do think that Beachbody should separate the two memberships. I could see how some people would want to just have the live classes and not necessarily be doing weeks of programs and things like that. Maybe they just want to pick and choose from classes. I think that is something that hopefully they will do. I think that would be a good idea. Another kind of con is that it is not an actual live class. So if you're considering this kind of a platform over live classes, you're not getting that energy of the room and you're not getting the energy of the other people around you. I could see how someone would want that. For me, as a stay-at-home mom with a toddler, and this is just my option. And so I'm so happy that they've expanded it in this way for me, because I feel so much more of that community vibe than I have in years. And the last thing that I'll say is that because it's over the internet, there is a little bit of a time delay if the trainer wants to address a BODcast member, correct their form or something like that. And so it can take a few seconds for the correction to happen. It's not that big of a deal. Everybody seems to handle it well. The Live It Up dance workouts are just hilarious though, because obviously it's rhythm based to songs, and everybody's just kind of all over the place. Maybe that's just how people dance too. I don't know. I'm not going to judge. So that's it, you guys. That is my opinion and overview of BODi and the BODcast. Have you been in the BODcast before? Are you interested in doing the BODcast? Have you tried BODi? What do you think? Let me know in the comments below and we'll talk more about it. You just need some loving. Yes, you do. And if you're interested in Beachbody programs or just fitness programs in general, I have shared a vlog for Morning Meltdown 100. That was a program I did postpartum with my son, and so I shared my vlog on that. I'm going to be doing a new program in a couple months, and I'm going to be sharing about that here at least weekly. So hit the subscribe button, give me a thumbs up if you like this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this helps, and leave any questions in the comments below. Bye, guys.